The NFL offseason is in full swing, and us coming off a week and a half of two of the biggest trades of the offseason, and one of them no one saw coming in actual reality. I figured it was time I brought in a very special guest to look forward 1 year into the future about this so-called greatest draft possibly of all time if the talent, actually produces. But y'all know what time it is. BIB Draft HQ. Let's run it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BIB Draft HQ here on the Ballin and Burgundy podcast. And I figured I could not do a 2027 NFL mock draft justice without bringing on one of the best analysts on the market, one half a preferred walk-on with Max Chadwick. I figured I couldn't do this alone. I got to bring in my guy, Dalton Wasserman from Preferred Walk-On. Dalton, welcome to BIB.
Appreciate you having me on, man. How much fun is it going to be over the next year talking about this 27 class, huh?
Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh, I feel you, man. I think when you look at the contrast, too, between this previous class of having, there was a lot of positions we were debating linebacker and safety and center and things like that. But this, not only is it a super talented draft class, you've got them at all the premium positions, right? Quarterback, wide receiver. We've got first-round offensive tackles, edge rushers. There might be a generational corner prospect. When you talk about the premium positions, that's coming back next year, too.
And it's loaded at all the positions. If you get a receiver at 26, it's going to be a similar receiver you get at 5. Whether it's Coleman to Marsh to Becker to Wingo to Baugh at running back, I'm like, man, it's a good day to be a team with multiple first-round draft picks. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, you're telling me as a Jet fan, I've got 3 of them, and you know what? I feel pretty good about a couple of them there. We're still rebuilding. We're in the middle of the rebuild, So I'm like, we're still next year's. I know it's always next year in Jetland, but I'm telling you right now, if we were gonna fix this team, it really would be next year, or at least we hope.
Hey, we are not too far away. The 2027 draft is happening here in Washington, D.C., in the nation's capital. I will be there for it. I already booked my hotel because 2 hotels are already sold out. I'm getting my tickets now. So I have that now on lockdown. I will be there. I said that last year, and I couldn't make it to Pittsburgh because prices are expensive. Going to DC for this draft, so I will be boots on the ground. But no, this draft class, based on what people I've talked to, I know people you've talked to, your research, everyone's research, might be the greatest class since that 11 class with Watt, Miller, Kerrigan, Julio. Like, it's looking good.
Oh, yeah. You've got some superhuman talent, superhuman potential, right? I think about, even aside from the quarterbacks, which are going to get all the hype, the Arch Mannings, the Dante Moores, the Julian Sayans of the world, right? You think about just a guy like Jeremiah Smith, who's been the best player in college football for 2 years. Leonard Moore, the corner from Notre Dame. Dylan Stewart and Colin Simmons off the edge from South Carolina and Texas. We don't just have talented players. We have some superhuman freaks out here. And I think that's just something that was kind of missing from this 2026 class, right? Maybe we had a couple of those guys, but it feels like we have maybe 12 to 15 guys who you could convince yourself in other years could be top 5 picks, and that's what's going to make this class so fun.
Oh, it's phenomenal. The only unfortunate part is I had picks I wanted last year, like John Henry Daly this year, but he's coming out in 27. I'm like, man, I really wanted him for this year. Now I got to wait. But now he went to Michigan, and I'm going, oh, things about to pick up for him.
They got to pick up for sure. And that's always the year in between of waiting and seeing who performs and who doesn't. And a guy like John Henry Daly, coming off a torn Achilles, right? You never know when the injury bug hits too. So there's a lot. For as much as we're speculating, and obviously these early mock drafts are a lot of fun, I always say the games are the best part, and that's when you really find out what these guys are made of.
Hey, I will say this much. Brendan Sorsby, we'll see you in the supplemental draft next year, my friend. I don't know what's going to happen with you. We'll see you next year.
Well, that's as up in the air as anything. But if he's going to play and the current rules allow it, so be it. And you just kind of have to scout what's on the field. Trust me, that's the fun of covering college football all the time now. You're just like, I don't know what the rules are, but we're here. And that's the part where the offseason is quite a circus. To me, it's always just, hey, let's just get to the games. Whoever's on the field, I'll cover what's on the field. We'll deal with the rest later.
Hey, if the NCAA wants to play loosey-goosey with the rules, then we're going to play loosey-goosey with some of these mock drafts. I am here for a good time. I say we hop right in. Normally, and I said this in the green room, normally on these, these types of videos, I would use a PFF mock draft simulator just because it's what a lot of us are used to. We talked backstage. I'm going to stick to the model. I kind of use them during the kind of penultimate end to the mock draft season for 2026, and I liked it. Forgot they were as in-depth this early on in the process as they are. So I've already got them up and running. The only thing they don't have is the A.J. Brown to New England trade. But, you got to give some of these guys a little bit of leeway because it is the offseason. We're all on, summer minds.
Oh, yeah, I feel you. I think, wasn't it a 2028 first-round pick, actually, that Philly got back for that. So actually, that's something we don't have to worry about anyway today. So we're good.
That's right. I keep forgetting, like, the Garrett and the A.J. Brown trade was for, like, the next 3 years worth of picks. Because I'm so used to them being like, it can only be a year and a half, and now it's like, you want an NBA trade?
Oh, yeah. No. Well, they were trying to, somebody was trying to get the rule extended out to 5 and just mortgage the whole future. I'm like, I mean, you can do it if you want. Sure. I mean, I'm in favor of it. I'm like, if you want to take that risk, you want to trade your next 5 first-round picks for somebody, that's on you. You have full autonomy to do that. I would let it roll.
I would let it roll, but then we're going to get someone like the Browns doing that, but it's going to be just Deshaun for 5 first-round picks, and Houston's going, I mean, we did nothing wrong here. We got what we needed. We got what we wanted.
Yep. That's I don't blame them one bit. You get a trade like that and an offer like that. That's like even Seattle getting what they got for Russell Wilson back in the day.
Yep.
I get it. I totally get it. And if a team wants to mortgage it away, more power to them. Hey, that's why the Jets are in the spot they're in. We're picking first here with New York here, man. I'm like, I love Sauce Gardner as much as anybody. I've gotten to talk to him. Great dude. 2 first-round picks.
Whew.
I don't hate it.
Good on you. No, you cannot. People want to. You can't get it because we were saying he was going to go for more, and he only went for 2. So, hey, Colts got a player coming off injury now, and you guys got 2 first-round picks. It's a win-win.
Absolutely. Oh, we're living. We're living right now. Maybe not right now. We're living in the future. We're always thinking we're living a year from now. That's how this works, man. I'll tell you what. If we're picking first overall, we're living. We're gonna get this rolling with the Jets first, man. Oh boy. There we go.
Hey, with that being said, you being the guest and a Jets fan, I was going to let you have the first overall pick anyways, but because this works out beautifully, I'm letting you kick us off. Round 1, pick 1 to your New York Jets.
Oh, this is so much fun. It's going to be so fun, just like, because it felt like even in 2024, right? Like we had Jaden Daniels and we had Drake May, and there was some arguing, and I love Jaden, right? Jaden was my QB1, but it always felt like a foregone conclusion that Caleb Williams was going to be the number 1 pick, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like we have a group and several guys who are really good football players, but it doesn't feel like we have a foregone conclusion at number 1 yet. I love me some Julian Sand, and Dante Moore is absolutely awesome. He would have been a top 3 pick this past year, but I'm going to stay trendy. I'm going to get another Manning back in New York. Give me Arch Manning first overall. Look, all of the tools, 230 plus pounds. He's got the size. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's a really good athlete. I mean, the phrase I've just been using over and over. It's like, okay, what's the first thing in scouting Arch Manning? Look, he's a Manning that can run. And we haven't seen that in 60 years or whatever, right? So I think when you just look at Arch and all of the talent he has, and especially the comfort level he got the second half of last year, playing so much better down the stretch, right? In his first full season starting, the processing is there, the arm talent's there, everything is there. The one thing he needs to work on is just throwing with more conviction and better ball placement. And it got better the second half of the year, especially as Steve Sarkisian kind of scaled things back a little bit. But there is a chance with the supporting cast he has that he absolutely explodes this year. And I'm going to go with it, especially for the name value. Let's get Arch Manning going first overall.
I would agree. Now, I gave a hot take to my buddies over at First and 10. Shout out to Metro and coming over there. I said Arch might not be QB1. I would have Dante Moore. Ironically, I never wearing the Shoe Duck shirt as 1 overall. I think just based on last year's production going into this year's momentum, I think Dante should have came out this year personally. You don't get your draft stock any higher unless Dante's going to win Heisman, national champ. Like if he did the Fernando Mendoza for this year's Heisman, national champion, like the whole 9. But you said nothing wrong. If Arch does what he's supposed to do at Texas, if they have a good year, if he does the ball placement well, the throw with conviction well, he's going to be first overall. The name doesn't hurt. It just makes things a little bit more. It's like, oh, it's a Manning. Like Who doesn't want a athletic, swaggy Manning leading their future? Because Eli didn't have that swag, and Peyton is all for it.
No, absolutely. I mean, you talk about those two guys; they won 2 Super Bowls apiece. Listen,
Yep.
if that's what Arch brings to the Jets, I'll be jumping out of my shoes. But I do get the case for Dante Moore. For Dante Moore, if you were taking a quarterback to start a game tomorrow, you probably would take Dante, right? Dante's a little further along right now than Arch is, and the way he played last year, I mean, outside of the 2 Indiana games, and that's the best team in the country, he was outstanding. He was darn near flawless outside of those 2 games, but show up in the big games. Let's see the mental progression, against teams like that with more complex defenses like the Indianas and the Ohio States of the world, right? But Dante's awesome. You talk about a smooth release, a vertical passer. His mechanics are a bit like Jaden Daniels to me, but he kind of plays more like CJ Stroud, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like just plays more from the pocket. He's a precise vertical passer. So, I mean, again, tomorrow, if we were playing a game this Sunday, I'd probably take Dante, but Arch and the potential there is, and still the ways that we have to go in his development to get there, he could be absolutely special.
100%. And that is my process into the Arizona Cardinals at round 1, pick 2. I'm taking Dante Moore. Look, you supposedly have Jacoby Brissett as your quarterback right now, although you're not paying him like such. It's him or it's Gardner Minshew. You drafted Carson Beck, but how much do you love Carson Beck from the 3rd round with a team that is, I'm going to say, in limbo? Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jeremiah Love, Trey McBride, Paris Johnson on the offense. But then it's guys like Darius Robinson, Walter Nolan, Will Johnson on the defense, and unfortunately, Caleb Proctor, who I was high on coming out of Southeastern Louisiana, just tore his Achilles and is out for the year. 4 straight years, 4 straight rookie D tackles now, out this season. But I'm going to go Dante Moore simply because you're at round 1, pick 2. Unless you're going to pair Marv with Jeremiah Smith for Carson Beck, I think you give Trey and Marv Dante Moore, and it looks a little bit nicer.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, unless we see, and this is one of the big variables, I think, in this draft, unless we see Carson Beck come out and play like a solid starter, because there's a good enough supporting cast for that team to put up points, right? You've got Jeremiah Love, Marvin Harrison, Michael Wilson, Trey McBride, Paris Johnson at left tackle. There's enough on offense for the Cardinals to succeed, right? And I think for a Jacoby Brissett or Carson Beck or whoever that may be, there's a road where they win more games than this, where, they're not picking 2nd overall, and then the conversation gets really interesting. Now, if they're bad enough to pick 2nd overall, I think a quarterback is the obvious choice. And look, again, I love Julian Sayin. I think the scouts are going to have right now Dante Moore above Julian Sayin, just for the sake of the tools. And Julian doesn't have like elite athletic traits, but I could have that conversation in a minute here. But Dante, he would have gone no lower than 3rd overall in this past draft to either the Jets or the Cardinals, and I think it's a good pick. He's especially with as stacked as Oregon is, he's such a safe bet to have a really, really good year for the Ducks again.
Yep, I'm with you on that one. Granted, I bought the Shoe Duck shirt simply because as a designer, it just looks nice. Like, I'm a Florida fan and an ODU fan because I just graduated ODU, but as an artist, the Shoe Duck, it just looks nice. I had to get a piece while I could.
Oh, absolutely. I get it, man. I mean, nobody does it better than them, right?
No. I mean, especially when, you have a bajillion dollars at your disposal. I hope you put out some good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, trust me. We didn't have money like that at FAU. I'm telling you. Down. We had some decent stuff, but we didn't have Oregon. We didn't have Phil Knight money. So, yeah, it's just kind of we take what we can get, the rest
exactly. The rest of us, are, us brokey college football fans, because we don't have like the greatest time watching these sports, watching 18-year-olds like with Sunday football.
Us G6 alumni, man, the struggle's very real.
We struggle out here.
I'm always just like, let's get a G6 guy in the 1st round just to represent us.
Let's go. I mean, we speak of struggle. It's the Miami Dolphins sitting at 3. I think there's only one answer, but this is your pick.
Oh, there's only one answer? Oh,
to me, there's only one answer.
I was in between 2.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
What's your thought process?
Is your one answer Jeremiah Smith? We're just going to try to fix the worst receiving core. Okay. Because the other question to me is Malik Willis is really essentially on 2 guaranteed years. Do I get a quarterback? Do I get a quarterback here? And go with a Julian Sayin or maybe a CJ Carr or somebody like that.
Or Trinidad if we want to be ballsy.
Oh, Oh man, I love Trinidad. I just don't think he's going this high. But I also have the problem with I love Julian Saying more than everybody else,
right.
But I don't know that he's going this high either. Jeremiah
Yeah.
would be the safe pick as just he's the best football player in this draft.
Right.
I mean he's as good a receiver. I mean he's up there with the Julios and AJ Greens, and I've heard Andre Johnson comparisons. I mean, these are the names we're talking about with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. I mean, the Dolphins. It's going to be hard to evaluate Malik Willis at all because they have the worst receiving core in the league by far.
They have no one. I couldn't name you one besides Malik Washington now.
They just drafted 3 rookies in the mid rounds, but none of them are Jeremiah Smith. Let's go that route. Let's fix the Dolphins quarterback problem in 2028. We'll go Jeremiah Smith, best player in the draft. I mean, 6'3", jump out of the gym, best hands in the country. Just so few flaws to his game, if any. So really, I mean it. And even the few, I mean, every Ohio State, related person that I've talked to is this guy's the hardest worker you ever see in your life. Yeah. So, I mean, the tangibles, the intangibles. This is, I mean, he's in that class. This is the type of prospect. Yeah. When you talk about this 2027 class being special, one big reason is you've got a Julio, AJ Green level prospect at receiver. So if you do have the worst receiving core in football, if you're the Miami Dolphins, not a bad way to start to fix it right there.
No, not at all. And I think a receiver room of Jeremiah Smith, Chris Bell, Tutu Atwell, and I forget the other receiver they drafted this year, looks better on paper than Tutu at your 1, Malik at your 2, Chris Bell at your 3, and you're going, what have we signed up for? Because I love Chris Bell coming off injury, and then it's Tutu Atwell, Malik Washington. What is this?
Yeah, no, it's the teardown. It's just a full tilt, and it's good for them to embrace it at this point. Get all the money off the books, and sign Achane because he's a core piece. But the receiving core, the secondary, the defensive line, the Dolphins have all of those needs, and they're going to have to fix it over the next couple of years.
Yeah, I mean Cleveland's kind of in that same boat, but at quarterback they have Deshaun, they still have Gabriel, they still have Shador. They drafted Taylon Green, which just made me laugh. Because I'm you guys need a 4th quarterback, and unfortunately, I think I'm just going to pull the trigger on the actual quarterback of the future. I'm going to take Julian Saying for the Cleveland Browns. I hate to put anyone in Cleveland, but Deshaun, unless they're committed to the money now, unless Todd Monken really loves Shador, really loves Taylon Green like that, if we're sitting here saying those guys are Julian Saying, I'm going to go Julian Saying.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The most accurate quarterback in the country. To me, I get it. The physical tools are not that necessarily of an Arch Manning or a Lenora Sellers or anything like that. He's 6 foot, maybe 6'1", 200, 205 pounds. But the accuracy and the mechanics, man. The 2 things I look for first and foremost are just footwork and mechanics. I don't think anybody in the country is better with those 2 things than Julian Saying, right? And for all of the flaws, people are complaining about does he see the middle of the field well? And this – it's his first year starting. It's a 19-year-old kid you're talking about. He was third in the Heisman race. And if Ohio State would have won the Indiana game, the Big Ten title game, he wins the Heisman as a redshirt freshman. I mean, that's how good this kid was. It's so clean. He's so accurate. I mean, I've said this for a year, and I'm going to keep saying it. The delivery is Breeze-esque. It's the Drew Brees style of quarterback that I know we're getting more and more away from, but I think he's awesome. I think, he's going to have another spectacular year at Ohio State with Jeremiah Smith, with Chris Henry Jr., with all the weapons he's going to have there, and Bo Jackson in the backfield. They're going to have a better running game this year than they did last year. He's in for another special year, and I'm sure by week 8 or 9, people are going to go, man, this Julian Saying's kid pretty good, and I'm going to go, right. Yes, correct. He is. So I'm in on it, man. I think this can be a franchise-type quarterback. Again, he doesn't have the elite athletic tools, and he's not going to be the read option, 100-yard rushing threat. But, by all accounts, he's getting stronger, and he's using his legs a little more situationally. He's going to get there. I think it's something he's been working on lately at Ohio State. So I think he's awesome. I think he's well worth a top 5 pick here going into the season.
I'm with you on that one. And then I'm saying York because you hold the odds. The Tennessee Titans on the clock. This is going to be interesting.
This is interesting, but I have to think they bent and they went Carnell Tate early in this year's draft. They've really loaded up on their defensive line this offseason, especially off the edge. A Dylan Stewart or a Colin Simmons is a big-time consideration here because of Robert Saleh and his love for the pass rush, especially the four-man rush and things like that. But I'm going to go with the guy that I would currently call the second-best football player in this draft, and the Titans don't have a number one corner on their team right now. They brought in Cordell Flott, but that's not a number one guy. Give me Leonard Moore from Notre Dame.
Yep.
This is, as simple as I can put this, this is the best corner prospect. This is the best corner I've seen since at least Sauce Gardner. And Stingley that year, that was a special corner class with Sauce and Stingley and McDuffie. And I'm saying at least because it's probably further back from that. Max Chadwick and I talk about this. Is it at least since Pat Surtain? Is it further back? Is it Patrick Peterson? He's lights out. He is absolutely lights out. Man coverage, zone coverage, 6'2". I believe he's 195 pounds right now. Ball skills, technique, footwork. I mean, there is not much more you could ask for out of a corner in Leonard Moore. The first 2 years that he's had in college football, going to the national title game with Notre Dame his freshman year and filling in for Ben Morrison, another great player after he got hurt. And then last year, I mean, this is a guy, he's one of those corners. You can shadow whoever you want. You can put him inside, outside, whatever. And you get one shot at him.
Does it all
to get open. One. And I say this all the time when we're talking about Notre Dame games on the college show, man. Throwing at him feels like a waste of time. And that's how you know a corner is really, really darn good. My first, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I'm playing Notre Dame, my first step one in my game plan is number 15. No, don't bother. No, it's not. He's a corner so good, it's not worth your time throwing at him. He's special. I'm telling you, he's the best corner at least since Sauce and Stingley, and probably further back than that. He's unbelievable.
Oh, he's incredible. The only thing I wish Leonard Moore would do is go to like an SEC school to get away from this Notre Dame, like play in a conference. Just go to a conference. I'm sick of this Notre Dame. Like but that's a whole nother video street. That's a discussion for a millennium. Is Notre Dame should play in the conference? That's a millennium type question. But I was thinking the same thing. Leonard Moore, you pair him up with them guys, got the back there. Start building that secondary. I liked Kevin Winston coming out of 2 years ago for them. Let's see if Saleh can work his magic. Maybe turn him into a mini Hufanga. But I agree. Leonard Moore, get you a number one. Start building that defense truly. I was thinking edge, but also when they got Simmons and John Franklin Myers starting your D line, you have a better base than a lot of other teams.
Yep. Oh no, absolutely. I mean, they've got. I mean, Simmons inside. They've loaded up on the edge. The Jermaine Johnson trade. They're going to figure it out up front. I think Saleh always figures it out up front. But to get a kid like this, there's just not that many corners like this in the league.
No,
only
not all.
Five or six of them, maybe. I mean, he could walk in and I think just be absolutely special in the same way that the guys in that 2022 class were.
Yep. I'm with you on that one. The Las Vegas Raiders at 6. They took obviously Fernando Mendoza. They went back and got, I think they took Hemby in the undrafted. So they're building up some, Indiana prospects. They don't really have a number one wide receiver. And unless I want to take like a Cam Coleman or Ryan Coleman Williams, I'm actually thinking going edge.
Oh,
people there's all the speculation in the world saying, is Max Crosby going to actually be traded fully? Not this Ravens, let me hit the undo button on this trade. People love putting him to Chicago. People love putting him to Dallas. Love putting him to other places. I'm thinking edge simply due to the fact that if they do pull the trigger, you've got confidence in Tyree Wilson. Well,
Wilson's been traded to New Orleans. The other starter is going to be Kwity Paye, and even then, does inspire even more confidence.
No.
And I mean, and Crosby, even if you don't trade him now, which I don't think they're trading him this season, I think he's going to play for them this season. He's still 29, 30, going on 30 years old, somewhere up in there.
30.
So, I mean, and edge rushers age well and all of that, but you want help in the trenches, especially and at this point in the draft, if you're the Raiders just building that team. It's kind of BPA, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's kind of that bit, and your BPA might really be these two edge rushers that are at the top of the board.
Yeah, and it's really, what do you like more between Dylan Stewart or Colin Simmons? I don't think there's a wrong answer, and who you have is your early edge one, because they're both SEC edge rushers, so they're getting the best of the best. It's, do you want a little bit more size in Collins or the high upside potential, just with a slight injury concern in Dylan Stewart? Because I watched some South Carolina games. I'm like, ooh, hobbling a little bit or tweak, just a light thing, I'm going to go Dylan Stewart. I think the upside's there in terms of what Las Vegas could do. I haven't done as much work on Colin as I did watching Dylan, just because it's a little easier to watch South Carolina games than it is Texas games. You're on the East Coast, so I'm going to go Dylan Stewart for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, there's a case for both, because Stewart has the potential to be the best pass rusher in the entire NFL. He's got the potential to be really, I mean, on that level. He's just a little more raw at the moment. Still got to add more lower body strength. It got better this past year, and I think it was a back injury he was dealing with down the stretch. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like we talked about with like Dante and Arch before, where if you need a pass rusher to come in and be great tomorrow, you probably take Colin Simmons. But Stewart does have the higher ceiling. Like, Simmons' athletic traits are probably all going to come out like B+, A-, which is still really good. But he's got A+ feel and technique at such a young age, right? So, like, right now, Colin Simmons, to me, is the better football player. But Dylan Stewart, the bend, the freakish athleticism and twitch and change of direction, I mean, there's a lot of it that feels to me the same as watching Abdul Carter a couple of years ago, where I just go, this guy – College tackles don't stand a chance when this guy is on, right? It's just Stewart's just a little more raw, but the ceiling, he's got as high upside as any player in this draft, and that includes Jeremiah and Leonard Moore and those guys. You really can't go wrong with either. It just, if you're going traits right now, it's Dylan Stewart. If you're going with polish and immediate impact, it's probably Colin Simmons. But I could see it either way. They're both great picks, man. Those two kids are both so talented.
Yeah, it's the same conversation a lot of us were having for, Bain versus Bailey for the 26th draft. Do you want Ruben's Bend and power? Do you want Bailey's production and potential long-term ability? It's ironically, it's the same position, edge rusher, defensive end, however you want to put it. But I agree. Do you want the raw athleticism? Do you want the intangibles right now versus give it a year and a half and you've got those right off the bat? Again, I've got Stewart, but it's like a hair. It's like I like his potential a little bit more than Collins, but you're totally right. If I'm starting something right now, Colin Simmons, you're coming home with me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Absolutely. And actually with this next pick with the Saints, just thinking ahead to it here at 7, I mean, it's funny with the Saints because now you feel like you've got Olave and Tyson. You're pretty set at receiver. You've got 2 solid young tackles. I'm set at tackle. I feel pretty good about that, and then working down the board here, we'll see where the rest goes. But it feels like now it's a BPA scenario for me where I'm taking Colin Simmons here to New Orleans. Now, I like Carl Granderson. I like Chase Young. Obviously, they gave Chase Young a extension for a couple of years. But to get Colin Simmons in here in this rotation and to really beef up the pass rush even more for the Saints. And look, I feel good about him at a lot of key positions, man. And I think, if Leonard Moore was on the board, I would seriously think about it here. But to me, the value of Colin Simmons over the rest of these guys that we're about to talk about, too good. It's too good. And look, Brandon Staley's still going to want to build this defense in the trenches. Defensive tackle to me is a big need for them. And I know a guy like David Stone is getting a lot of top 15 hype. Will Eccles from Ole Miss is another one. But to me, I can't take those guys over Colin Simmons. It's a deep defensive tackle class. If we were going 2 or 3 rounds, I would get there with New Orleans. But this is too good a value. I've got to take him. And just like we talked about with Simmons, the immediate impact he can have because there's so much polish in his game. Right, his game is so clean; it's unbelievably clean. When we get to the spring next year, you're going to get the scouts going, well, he had a very good combine, but not an all-time great combine, or we're worried that he's only maybe 250 or so, or whatever. And I just go, this is one of those guys that just watch it because the feel and the technique are off the charts for such a young kid. Absolutely love him. I'm taking Colin Simmons here at 7.
100%. I'm with you on that. That's what I was thinking. Is they need edge rusher. Chase Young is good, not great. Carl Granderson is okay, good at best, depending on the game you have. You need someone early now, especially if they decide Shuck is their quarterback. And he's already 27, so you got to figure this out now. And I'm with you on Colin Simmons. Staying in the South, I'm at the Falcons. I'm thinking receiver. I know they took Zachariah Branch in the 3rd round, but I'm looking at their depth chart. Jahan Dotson, Olamide Zaccheaus, Casey Washington, Vinny Anthony. Like, once you get past your 4th receiver, you're going, what is this? What is this team? I'm thinking Cam Coleman. Zachariah Branch, speedy and fast, but you need someone, I think, truly opposite of Drake London. I'm thinking that Cam Coleman fits that right then and there.
Yeah, no, I get it absolutely. Coleman's got as much potential as Jeremiah Smith does. This kid's a freak. They were in the same high school recruiting class. I think Coleman was number 2 in that class behind Jeremiah Smith. And you look at everything he can do at his size, the fluidity, the contested catch ability, the speed. He's got everything. The only thing he didn't have at Auburn was a quarterback. I mean, so the numbers don't look as great. But now you look, we got 3 Texas Longhorns in the top 8. You're going from Auburn's quarterback situation to Arch Manning. If this works, there's a chance both of those guys go in the top 5. Cam Coleman as a talent is that special.
Oh yeah.
Just for both, it's like for both of those guys, if it clicks, it could be the best. It could actually maybe as much as Sayin and Jeremiah, it could maybe be the best quarterback receiver duo in the country.
Oh yeah.
We just have less proof of concept because they haven't played together, right? But Cam Coleman's as talented as any player in this. This is what we're talking about. I mean, we get these first 8 players here, and I go, these are special football players, right? We're down to the 8th pick, right? We got past that in this past draft at like 4 or 5, maybe Sonny Styles at 7, but like even then at linebacker, like Cam, I've been saying for the last 2 years, the Falcons don't have a number 2 receiver. Just don't. And it shows in their offense. When Drake London turns an ankle, they just shut down completely. So now, you talk about Bijan, London, whatever the quarterback situation may be. But this QB class is so deep, you might get one in round 2 if we were doing that. I'm with you here. Let's see how the quarterback situation plays out for them. Cam Coleman's an elite talent, man. The talent is there. Let's just see it happen at Texas.
So good. So good. Now, this is where the fun begins with this draft. Pittsburgh is sitting at 9. The Aaron Rodgers-led Pittsburgh Steelers not having a winning season because no more Mike Tomlin. It's Mike McCarthy sitting at 9.
Okay, if they're sitting at 9, which is crazy. I don't know how or why they're sitting this high. If they're sitting at 9, there's no question they're taking a quarterback. I think I'm just going to default to it here, the next quarterback on the board. And we're going to see there's going to be a lot of guys who could play themselves into this range. Lenore Seller's been a hot name. Darian Mensah's been a hot name. I think he's going to have a great year at Miami. Trinidad Chambliss. We'll see about the tools. Brendan Sorsby, for all of the other controversy. There's people who say he's got first-round tools and all that, but I'm going to go. Give me C.J. Carr. I think, look, he's in Mike Denbrock's offense at Notre Dame. They lost 2 first-round running backs, so that'll be a question for their team. But Carr's in for a big year. I mean, he's got a loaded receiving core. He's got an experienced offensive line, and he just showed you everything he needed to show you last year for the most part. I mean, it's just going to be about playing up in big games, and, he did it last year. Obviously, the first 2 games are the first 2 games of his career, but Notre Dame, even in the loss to A&M, they put up 40 points, and they were right there against Miami, one of the 2 best defenses in the country. So C.J. Carr's in for another big year. Ideal tools, ideal arms, solid athleticism. Let it fly. If the Steelers are picking 9th, they're taking a quarterback. And they're probably taking a quarterback without question anyway, but if they're picking this high for any reason, Yeah,
I'm with you on that one. It was quarterback. Maybe I would have looked at like a tackle just for the future. Just be like, look, we've got to build something. But yeah, I'm with you. CJ Carr, maybe Drew Mestemaker if he does nice things at Oklahoma State, because he had really, really good tape at North Texas. And you bring in literally half the team from North Texas to Oklahoma State. It's like, all right, what are we doing here? Like, this should translate well. What I'm going to be tricky on are these Carolina Panthers. I'm thinking tackle, or I'm thinking, honestly, I might look on the defensive interior because I've got a Jordan Seaton and a Trevor Gooseby here. I've got a David Stone sitting here, pair him up with Derek Brown and a Nick Scorin-esque idea. If they keep Bryce Young long-term, I might need to go get a tackle. Ike Quantum is great, but looking at their depth chart, it's then Taylor Moton on the right side, Monroe Freeling, I know they just drafted, and then they brought in Rasheed Walker at the left side, so maybe I'll look towards the defense. I think either way, you've got to start in the trenches again with Carolina.
I agree. I mean, you can do it a couple of different ways, because Monroe Freeling is going to be a starter at probably left tackle eventually, or, you can move it around. He's got experience. So you could go tackle again and take the same strategy of maybe sit for a year. Maybe they don't have to sit for a year by then, because eventually they're going to need a replacement on the right side for Taylor Moton. Because I believe he's 32 years old now. So tackle makes sense. D tackle makes a ton of sense. I mean, anything D line makes a ton of sense, but D tackle makes a ton of sense to get somebody in there with Derek Brown. David Stone's been getting a lot of hype. He's got tools out of this world. Amari Washington's really good. Will Eccles from Ole Miss is really darn good. That's an athletic player I like a lot. So, I'm with you. The theme for that team has been building in the trenches, and I think they continue to do so. It's just a matter of which side of the ball.
Right. I'm gonna go defense. I think if Icky can just stay healthy, and like I said, Monroe Freeland, they're probably gonna move around a little bit, then I'll stick with the defense. I'll just take David Stone. Let's get the premier D tackle one as of right now off the board. Let him go to Carolina, pair him up with Derek Brown. Let's see what Dave Canales can cook up on that defense with 2 premier D tackles.
The only other thing I'll throw out there is that, this is a scenario, just throwing scenarios out there on draft order. If they're picking 10th overall, they might have a quarterback question. Because you pick 10th overall, you've probably won 6, maybe 7 games, and they haven't signed Bryce Young to any extension yet. So that might just be a question to ask. I think there's a lot of sleeper teams where you go, if their season does go the wrong way, might be looking at a quarterback.
Yeah. There. 10 quarterbacks this first round. Let's go.
Why not? Right? Why not?
Why not?
They're all going to be great all season. It's
Honestly.
just going to be the year of the quarterback in college football. Love it.
Hey, I'd be down for it though.
I'll take it. Quarterbacks bring the viewership. I'm good for it.
That's a fact. New York Giants.
Man, I might have taken David Stone here if you hadn't.
Because they did lose. They traded Dexter to Cincinnati.
Yeah, they need that type of player. But am I taking Amari Washington, number 11 overall? Is it a corner? They drafted Colton Hood.
They drafted Colton Hood. I'm with you. I mean, they could build the trenches for Jackson Dart. It's Andrew Thomas on one side and Jermaine Illuminor on the other. Yeah,
they're pretty set, though. They signed a little. So if I was going O-line, I'd go interior. And it's probably not a guy that I would do that with here. It's the funny part with the tackles because you go, those are 2 super talented players that are falling at the moment just because of this order. Man, this is a hard one.
I mean, they drafted Malachi Fields 3rd round, but if Malik's injury is the way everyone's speculating is it's way worse than they're letting on, do you go around 1 Ryan Coleman Williams? Or Mario Carver?
I'm worried about Coleman Williams this high, just the year he had coming off the year that he had. Let me look at corners. I think I'm leaning corner.
I like Ellis Robinson to 4, Xavier Brown, Kelly Jones, Chris Peel, Jamari Sharp.
I think the 2 guys that stick out to me here are Ellis Robinson and Kelly Jones. Kelly Jones is a monster. Like 6'4", 200 pounds. I mean, he only gave up 11 catches the entire year last year. Robinson's probably the safer pick. Young kid. There's still a little bit to work on with his footwork, but man, you want to talk about potential. He could be in for a monster. I'm going to go Ellis Robinson for the Giants here. Deontay Banks has been a bust. Cordell Flott's gone. They've got they drafted Colton Hood, I believe, and obviously that's going to help them, but they need help. They still need more help on the outside. The last 3 years they've just been trying to catch up for just how poorly Deontay Banks has played. I think this time they take another swing at that. I like what they've got going in the trenches. I don't want to go D tackle with David Stone gone. I'm not going to go D tackle this high. I'll take Ellis Robinson.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I was thinking corner. I was like, let me sprinkle in wide receiver with the Malik injury, but yeah, I think corner or D tackle is where I'm at. Now, my Washington Commanders, I forgot I didn't have those going 12th here. That is where they set up. I didn't do that on purpose. I swear, viewers, I swear. But my Commanders on the clock. We're not going tackle. We've got Laramie for another 2 years. We've got JCJ on that side. We're good there. KJ Bolden is an interesting case because Quan Lauren is either going to be an average player or he's going to be off this team. Jartavius could be off this team. We brought back Will Harris. You'd signed Malik Spencer out of Michigan State as UDFA. I want him on the team. I really like him at free safety. I am thinking safety or edge. Joshua Joseph, Odafe Owe, and then that's it going into next year. You only have 3 edges or 2 edges going into next year. Orange Armstrong's on a 1-year deal. Baptiste is off his rookie contract. So I like KJ Bolden, but if I'm going to build out a defensive line, and that is if they produce well, I'm thinking Mateo Ungale to pair up with Odafe and Joshua Josephs.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. I think a couple other guys to think about. Damon Wilson transferring from Missouri to Miami as a player. If he can just tweak his run defense, if he can give me a little more on run defense, he's a player who could shoot up this high because he's got as much potential. And then I'm telling you, I don't. We'll see about this high. He's got a little bit of a stockier build, but Clev Lubin from Louisville is this guy is a monster too. But Mateo's got the ideal build, man. He's 6'6". He's got all the length and everything you could ask for. And there's still, for his size, there's still a little bit stronger that he could get, but there's a boatload of potential there. And you talk about a balanced football player, him and Tatum Tuioti, both from Oregon, awesome football players. You talk about a guy who can really give you that big 3-down presence and even reduce down if you want to go to a 5-man front. He's a very well-rounded player. Maybe a safer pick, maybe not as high a ceiling as Stewart or Simmons and the guys at the top, but pretty safe pick there. He's going to make your defensive line better in both the run and passing game.
Yeah, if we were picking anywhere after like 25, which is where we should be picking, I'd be thinking, Damon Wilson, Henry Daly, Clev Lubin, because I did homework on them last year, thinking they would come out last year. They obviously did not. So I'm like, man, Henry Daly in the 3rd round, Clev Lubin in the 4th, we're set. Now these guys might be 1st-round picks, but I'm gonna go Ungale. If he's edge 3 on this board and the first 2 are gone, I'm good with MU.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think Oregon's front 4, their defensive line, I would argue it's the best in the country. Mateo and Tuioti on the outside, Amari Washington and Bear Alexander on the inside. They're loaded. It's a loaded roster Oregon has, but their defensive line might be the best part of the whole team.
Which is going to be the fun part.
Tampa Bay. Well, this is weird because we got all the NFC South teams like outside of playoff range. Here's the hard part.
So funny.
For the Bucs, I think if they miss the playoffs, I think Todd Bowles, Baker Mayfield, I think they're gone. And this is going to be a quarterback.
Okay.
If they make the playoffs, they win the NFC South, whatever, then we're talking about other positions here.
Yeah.
The draft order shook kind of funny here, but it is what it is. If I'm not going let's just say this is calling them the favorite to win the NFC South. Let's go that route because there's two completely divergent worlds in Tampa Bay right now. There's win the division,
one or the other.
There's win the division and keep Todd and Baker and keep going, or there's miss the playoffs and clean house. I think it's about a 50-50 shot at both. If we're assuming they're the favorite to win the division, which is debatable, then I'm going elsewhere. Linebackers an option. I love Kingston Viliamu-Asa. With the ACLs, I don't know that I'll go 13, but I love him. I think he's the best linebacker in the class right now. Interior offensive line is a thought. They don't really need offensive tackle. It's so weird with Gooseby and Seton because they don't need offensive tackle. They don't need it
because it's not Vita Vea. It's Tristan Wirfs and who's the others?
Luke Gedeke when he's healthy. Really
Gedeke,
solid player. Yeah. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna add another dynamic playmaker to this offense. Let's go with the second straight Oregon Duck. Give me Jamari Johnson. I think he's the best tight end in the country. I like Trey'Dez Green a lot. I have concerns with his blocking. He might it the Kyle Pitts? Are we going to learn to block, or are you the Kyle Pitts mold? He might even go later in this first round. Jamari Johnson, watching him, and I know it's going into a year, and they just had a first round tight end in Oregon. I think he's better than Kenyon Sadiq, and Sadiq just went 16th overall. 6'6" build. They should not come as fluid as at that size as Jamari Johnson. He's freaky, man. He might not get enough targets to win the Mackey Award or any of that because Oregon's got a boatload of receivers too. But I think Jamari Johnson's an absolute freak. As fluid as he is at his size, I think this is a range he could go in. I think I would take him over Kenyon Sadiq. And Sadiq's a great player, New York Jet. Hopefully he's great. But I think Jamari Johnson is insane. I think you're going to see some reps this year that just drive scouts crazy because he's got all of the potential in the world and all the fluidity in the world for a guy who's 6'6" and 240, 250 something. He's not normal. I'll tell you right now, he's not normal. I think Oregon is actually upgrading at tight end this year, which is crazy to say because they had a pretty good one last year.
Yeah. I wasn't the biggest fan of Kenyon Sadiq. Everyone was like, man, go get Kenyon Sadiq. I'm like, I see the appeal. Not for me. I wasn't the biggest fan of Kenyon, but him going to the Jet, your Jets got Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyon Sadiq, and they had one more. Was it only two?
Well, offensively, yeah. Then it was David Bailey and D'Angelo.
And then David Bailey. Thank you. I don't know why I forgot about Bailey going to the Jets. I don't know why that like blocked out of my mind. But yeah, I'm like, all right. Clearly, you're what tight end one if Mason Taylor doesn't do to Mason Taylor things, and I was high on Mason Taylor, but I'm with you. I think Jamari is a better tight end overall. The fact that I would say the best comp to Jamari, like physically, is Sonny Styles.
Oh, I could see the case. That could be. I mean,
it's so weird. It's a weird comp, I know, but it's like same size, same weight, moves like fluidity wise. It's weird that they look like comps. I know it's weird.
I mean, athletically, yeah, you can, because it just shows you how freaky these guys are. Where you go, well, you could make the case that if Sonny Styles played tight end, he could be a freak of nature. Actually, probably, my good friend Max Toscano would probably say that. He'd be like, please let me have him because he's the tight ends guy. But I get it. I could see the case for sure.
Oh man, Sonny playing at like a fourth tight end on like a fourth down. Oh
sure.
Man,
we need more Travis Hunters. Let's start making.
We do.
Sonny, give me Sonny Styles at tight end.
I'm with it.
Give me Tristan Wirfs on the defensive side. Let's go. I mean, let's get. I need more two-way plays.
I mean, Vita Vea already has like a fullback card in Madden. Put him on fullback in real life.
Oh, see, absolutely. Oh, we need more of those for sure. I need more 350-pound fullbacks. Absolutely.
Hey, when I had Josh from Metro Sports when we were going over D tackles, and like I'm a Navy brat, so I'm obviously doing my research into Leonard Robinson, and we were saying put him at fullback for a couple, goal line stands, and I'm like, wait a minute, 6 foot, 250, but it's got the speed at that size at D tackle. This could work.
Oh, it can work.
And now. And in Cincinnati, they always need like a blocking running back on the goal line.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I'd pay to see that
for sure.
I'd pay to see that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm hoping the Jets do it with Savondre Sweat like Texas used to.
Hey, you might as well. I mean, you got Mozzie Smith. You just put him at like a 6, all tackle at this rate. Gotta move him around.
Figure something out. You got to figure something out with all. You only get 53 guys to work with. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We need more Travis Hunters.
Absolutely. We need more.
I'm with
also, Jacksonville. Play them both ways, please. Just for my entertainment, please.
For entertainment wise. I had him as a better. I think I had him as a better corner than receiver coming out, and then he's put on some mass this offseason. I'm like, you're going back to corner, buddy. You're going back to the defense.
Nah, we're gonna see it. We're still gonna see it both ways. I'm keeping.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I'm for sure. I think it's gonna be like a 70-30, not the 50-50 they were trying to do year one. I think it's gonna be toned down a bit.
Absolutely. In some form or fashion, I need football Ohtani.
For sure. Oh yes.
That's what I need.
Oh yes. Absolutely. Back to your Jets at 14. We took a quarterback for for the first pick. We took Arch. You got David Bailey last year. You got Omar Cooper Jr. last year. You got Kenny Sadiq last year. I'm thinking long term for you guys. Because I love Minka Fitzpatrick. I don't know if he's gonna be a long-term answer. I'm thinking secondary. I like you took D'Angelo Pons, but your other corners, Nashawn Wright, Azariah Thomas, Brandon Stevens. I'm thinking Brown or Jones for your Jets. Start building that defense up yet again. Because you don't need tackles. You have Olu Fashanu and Armand Membu. Unless we went receiver again to go Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper Jr., and a rookie, I'm thinking corner or safety.
I would agree. I think if you're going corner, I would go Jones over Brown.
Yeah.
And then if you're going safety, you've got a really fun choice. KJ Bolden's a safe pick. Tay Johnson from Notre Dame. You're going to sometime this year mark it down. You're going to hear Brian Branch comps with Tay Johnson.
Yeah.
That's going – I don't know when it's going to happen. Maybe I'm the first. But I think that's a name that's going to get thrown out there with Tay Johnson, because explosive athlete, came to Notre Dame as a corner, moved to safety last year. He's got everything pretty much you could ask for. He just hasn't played a ton yet.
No.
I think one of the two safeties, I could see the case for either, because I love Bolden. Bolden is as safe as it gets. He comps pretty well, slightly different in style, but he comps pretty well to Malachi Starks coming out a couple years ago. And I would personally, I wouldn't have Zabian Brown this high on a board. Me personally, I think he can get there for sure. He's super talented. Alabama's got a ton of talent in their secondary. Kelly Jones, a 6'4" freak that's just absolutely lights out on the outside and man coverage. If you're going corner, I would go Jones. If not, either of those two safeties is a great call.
Yeah.
Right this minute, I might take Bolden, but I get it with Johnson. I get the hype on him.
I get the hype on it. I was thinking Bolden more safety than corner right now, but I don't think you can go wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna go Bolden. In terms of those two positions, he's better on the board right now. Feels a little bit safer. You pair him up with Andre and Minka and Malachi, you're working your way building this roster out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think the Jets next year, quarterback is going to be the number one priority, but otherwise it is still going to be about kind of best available. Now, I know the two top guys on our board right here are two tackles, kind of the one thing the Jets don't need. So, I think eventually, could you have taken, I should say, a Caden Green to play guard where he's played guard before, something like that? Sure. But I think a talent like a KJ Bolden, he's awesome. I'm not going to put him. He's not Caleb Downs because nobody is, but he comps very, very well to Malachi Starks, who I thought went lower in the draft than he should have. I thought he could have been a top 20 guy. Bolden's really safe, and he's going to make their secondary a lot better.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you on that one. Minnesota.
This is actually an easy pick for me. I've got a really nice need, scheme fit, starting current player on the roster who's on the last year of his deal. Brian O'Neill there at right tackle, entering the final year of his contract. He's going to be 31 years old in September. Give me Trevor Gooseby from Texas to take over that right tackle spot. I think a absolute perfect fit going from Steve Sarkisian's offense to Kevin O'Connell's offense. Great athlete, a lot of wide zone run blocking. Footwork is tremendous. I think he's just still young in his development mentally a little bit. I think, when you talk about just, not making as many mental mistakes and learning his assignments and picking up stunts and things like that, I think those are things that just they come with reps and age. But you talk about the well-rounded potential of a Trevor Gooseby going to a system like Kevin O'Connell's in Minnesota, that's the dream pick right there to put him with Christian Darrisaw at tackle.
Oh, yeah. And that's if Darrisaw can stay healthy, though. That's the only caveat to Darrisaw's game.
Yes.
Can he stay healthy?
Yeah, absolutely. But you got to. You take the chance because we know how good he is when he is healthy, right? Yes. And if you have Darrisaw and Gooseby, you feel just as good as you felt in past years about Darrisaw and O'Neill.
Yep. I'm with you on that one. Jacksonville at 16. I'm in multiple trains of thought. I'm kind of leaning toward Amari Washington, pairing him up with Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines-Allen. I know they have Rukaroro from that trade. I know they drafted Albert Rages. They still have Armstead, Devon Hamlin. I'm just like, that defense is young enough. You can get a little better than those guys. If it's not them, I might take Seaton here now, move him to the left side, and because it's Cole Van Lane or Walker Little on that left side.
Yeah, the problem is they might have jumped the gun, but they gave Van Lanen an extension, 2 or 3 years, whatever it was. I think I'm with you on a D tackle. I think Amari Washington's a great pick for them. They just got to get just a little bit tougher on the interior. I think the other guy again here would be Tay Johnson would fit Anthony Campanelli's defense like a glove, man. He would be him and Antonio Johnson floating between that second and third level would be unreal in that defense.
And they still got Husky. And they still got Jalen Husky to use.
Jalen Husky. Caleb Ransaw didn't even play last year. Tay Johnson would be a guy. I think he'd be a perfect fit in their defense. But if you're going for a need bit, I think Amari Washington's the right call. I mean, man.
Yeah. I'm like safety crossed my mind. I'm like, well, they got Antonio. They've got Eric Murray. They still have Raylan Lane. They drafted my guy, Jalen Husky. They still got Caleb Ransaw. They still have Devin Neal. They almost have too many safeties to figure out how to do this defense.
Yeah,
that's true. That's going to be a problem come August for this 53 for them. Like, do we keep 6 safeties?
Oh yeah, no, and look, I love the way that Campanella uses all of those
Yes.
guys to their proper role, right? And to me, Antonio Johnson's really the key to that whole thing. But the potential of Tay Johnson, we're gonna get him off the board here somewhere.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna get, because you can feel when you watch him that the Brian Branch flexible athletic playmaker type thing, that guys just that they want in the first round.
Oh yeah. Dallas at 17. This is fun.
I like the way they've loaded up their defensive line. Corner is a consideration. I'm just Kelly Jones. They've been drafting these corners, these big corners. Siobhan Rebel, Devin Moore, Kelly Jones. They're just going to have these skyscraper group of cornerbacks. I'm going to go with I think a need that maybe they don't think they have right now. If there's still a concern I have with the Cowboys, it's offensive tackle. Tyler Guyton has not been great through 2 years and has had some injuries. Terrence Steele on the right side, I believe. Yeah. I want to say he allowed the most pressures in football last year. I think
it feels like it.
If he didn't, it certainly feels like it. I'm going to go offensive tackle. I'm going to go with a mega athletic pass protector, guy transferring from Colorado to LSU. Give me Jordan Seaton. I think he could be in for a great year in a great environment that Lane Kiffin's building on that offense. Not easy to protect for Shadur Sanders and then Caden Salter and now Sam Levitt, but he's proven he can do it. He is as clean in pass protection as anybody in this class. Got to get stronger, got to get better in run blocking, but going into a true junior year, as much potential as anybody. He was the number one offensive tackle in the high school class coming out a couple years ago. So I think Jordan Seaton for the Cowboys, to me, pass protection off the edge is really going to be an X factor that I don't think enough people are talking about this offseason. I think they could go into next year with some real offensive tackle needs. I think Jordan Seaton would be a perfect fit.
I'm with you on that one. I was thinking tackle. I was like, do we get risky and go get like a Mod Hardy or a Jaden Baugh? Just be like, look, Jerry loves flashy players. Let's go get flashy. But no, I agree. Whether it's Steele or Guide, you've got to upgrade the offensive line. And seeing the fall stops here, seeing that, was at 18?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
17.
17 there with Dallas.
17. Yeah. Which you could say that's a steal for his potential. It's like, well, we got him at 17, guys. What do you want me to do?
Yep.
The Chicago Bears. This I've unfortunately, because I'm getting paid for it, worked with another Chicago podcast. So I've been hearing the ins and outs of what they should and shouldn't have done. And what they did not do was upgrade that damn defensive line.
Yep.
So I'm going to help out Brandon and company, whether it's D tackle or edge. I'm thinking going on the edge. Austin Booker has to have a breakout season or else I don't see him progressing much. Montez Sweat coming off like a 10-sack season, but you're paying him $25 million to do almost now an average edge rusher's job. You still have Deo, Ungmanigo. You still have like a bunch of okay guys. No one kind of stands out. As much as I like Quincy Rhodes coming out of Arkansas, I'm thinking Damon Wilson. I'm thinking if he gives me some potential in Miami, bring him to the Windy City.
He's got as much pass rush potential as really most, if not all, of the guys in this class. I need to see the motor run hotter in run defense. Like it feels like to me there's times where he's disinterested in it, but the potential's there. And if anybody is going to teach you how to get from, good to great, it's Jason Taylor down there in Miami. I mean, you just saw it with Bain and Mesidor both going first round. So I'm with you on this. I think right this minute, if you took Damon Wilson's Missouri tape, you would go probably an early to mid day 2 player. But the idea that he could go down to Miami with Jason Taylor and plug the holes in his game, it's really enticing. And Mario Cristobal is not going to let him go down there and slack. I think it's a good pick for the Bears to take a high ceiling pass rusher like that. I'm in on that.
Yeah, and I would say even if he does play himself into the first round, I would say this is kind of where you start that Damon Wilson talk of like, all right, your big time edge rushers off the board, your top 3s. If you have Damon at your 4, the next team who would need one after Washington is, you could say, Chicago at 18.
Yep.
So
Houston, back to Texas, back to the Houston Texans.
Just flip-flopped back. We go from about an hour to Texas or hour to Dallas to an hour to Houston.
It feels like it still has to be. We're still plugging holes on this offensive line, aren't we?
Dude. Why they didn't do more, I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, there's still it's been well. They got Keelan Rutledge, so
I like. I liked him. I liked the pick. It felt a little high for him, but I liked the pick overall.
Agreed. I mean, it was more of like, hey, what do we need? Let's lock this in. And at that point in this draft class, I get it. I think I'm leaning Caden Green.
Yeah, I like that.
He gives you the flexibility. I mean, he's played plenty of guard. He played left tackle at Missouri last year. It was really good. He's just a solid player. And the flexibility to go inside or outside. Like I feel like we might approach Houston next year if the offensive line is still a problem and just go. Same as I said this, you take either the best offensive lineman or the one that you want or whatever. It's kind of what they did with Keelan Rutledge. So for me, was Rutledge a first-round guy? No. But also I get it for their team and their situation.
Right.
Like just don't – you're so good everywhere else that it's like don't let it lag. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Caden Green. Super talented player, strong player. Maybe he's a guard in the NFL. That's fine. Houston needs it kind of everywhere and figure it out as you go. But that flexibility, if down the line that he plays guard for them, if he plays right tackle for them down the line when Braden Smith and Trent Brown are done, whatever works, it's just kind of – it's almost the same approach as it was with Rutledge. Let's just get a talented guy in because Rutledge might play guard, he might play center, who knows. Just take a talented offensive lineman and protect C.J. Stroud and continue to get this thing going in the trenches.
Yep. I'm kind of in the same vein here with Cincinnati at 20. I'm thinking Carter Smith because as much as like Orlando Brown and Amarius Smith are good, they need offensive line help. That you brought back Dalton Risner for like a year and change, but like Fairchild is still working, Brian Parker is still working, Connor Liu still working. So maybe there. Or I go somewhere Browns fans don't want me to go. I go get a Ahmad Hardy or a Jaden Baugh and give them an actual running back.
I was gonna say, like, there's the sensible picks. Sensible,
yes.
Are you go like O line, or you think about taking the swing on, to me, Viliamu-Asa at linebacker.
Fair.
Those because they need linebacker help in the worst. Why they haven't signed Bobby Wagner yet, I have no idea. That's exactly what I would do. Sorry to take him from you, but. O-line and linebacker are like the sensible, okay, the Bengals need this pick. The fun picks are running back, like you mentioned, Hardy, Baugh, Kejuan Lacey's got blazing speed. He would add it. Or you finally get you a third weapon in the passing game, like a Ryan Coleman-Williams, like a Mario Craver. If there was a place where he was going to fit in, it would just be running around the slot with Chase and Higgins around him, right? Like those would be the fun picks for me, would be like a slot receiver like that. But I think you're right. It's probably more of a trenchy kind of O-line or linebacker would be for me. If you're afraid of Kingston and the ACLs right now, I get it. Spectacular player. I think the best linebacker in the country. But yeah, I mean, if you're going safe, offensive line is really never a bad pick, especially at this point in the draft.
No, it's not. I was like, do I want to piss off Brown? These fans will get Hardy. I think Baugh can rise up because as much as I'm a Florida fan that's got bias, I mean, he's just fantastic. I like me some Jaden Baugh tape. But if I'm thinking actually logically what they should do, probably linebacker. I was debating if I go corner and just take Jones or Brown now. But like Dax Hill, Jordan Battle, Brian Cook, Turner, Jalen Davis, Kyle Duggar, Dacario Davis. It's workable. It's usable. It's better than Miami right now. So it's already, an okay unit. I'll probably go in. Yeah, I'm going to go the interior linebacker. I'll go get I'm going to call him KVA because I'm not going to try and, mispronounce this name. I've already mispronounced too many names this past year.
Love it. And I believe there should be some crossover that Al Golden, the defensive coordinator, is familiar with him from the Notre Dame days and that national title team. So national title runner-up team. I don't want to offend anybody here in Ohio. So it's their biggest need on the whole team at this point. I like the D-line. I like the secondary enough. There's probably options in the secondary, but they need linebackers. And again, in free agency, maybe they'll do it eventually. I don't know why they haven't signed Bobby Wagner. If I'm the Bengals, that's like the one guy that I'm like, you can complete this thing with Bobby Wagner. Even at his age, it can happen. You've seen it. He was still your best player on defense the past 2 years at his age. I mean, he's still awesome. If I'm the Bengals, I would sign him ASAP. I would.
Yeah.
The Jets.
Back to the Jets.
Back to the Jets again. Gotta love 3 first-round picks. So
you've taken Arch Manning. We've gone. What did I take? Armari for you
AJ
guys?
Bolden.
KJ Bolden, thank you.
KJ Bolden.
So safety,
options.
quarterback, you got options.
I could go corner. I could go receiver. I could consider interior O-line.
Yeah.
Think about it.
You're now in the 20s, so it doesn't feel as bad.
If I wanted a guard, I could take a Carter Smith and Austin Searvell to Cade Peeper. Maybe Cade Peeper's a center. Who knows? We'll see. He's going to play center this year. Yeah. Kind of like the idea of a receiver, though.
Getting you another first round wide receiver.
Because they're going to give A.D. Mitchell a fair shot.
Yep.
But
so it'd be Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper Jr., A.D. Mitchell, and then your fourth newest rookie wide receiver.
Man, do I go? This is hard. Ryan Williams is super talented.
He is talented, but again, we were thinking Mario Carver for like the Bengals. I think Marsh or Becker could take a step up this season in Indiana because I liked both of their tapes.
And I think I'm going to lean on. I like Marsh. I just want to see it more so on a real team. Craver, I just don't know if he goes first. He's super talented. Absolutely love the talent.
So good.
But he's like 170 pounds.
Yeah.
And I just don't know that he's going first round at that size.
I mean, Devonta Smith was what, 160 and he went first round?
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, but he won a Heisman. If Craver wins a Heisman, then we'll go with it. Give me Charlie Becker. Let me put him back with Omar Cooper. We got some Indiana Hoosiers. We got Cooper. We got D'Angelo Pons. Let's keep it going. Let's get the New York Hoosiers going. We'll even take the Jet name on. We'll be the Hoosiers. Yep. Now we got to trade. We got to trade for Mendoza to make it all work now. Or maybe it's Josh. maybe with a later pick it's Josh Hoover. Maybe that's what I should have done.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. There are worse teams to take from college pieces. Indiana's not one of them. You take an Indiana Hoosier while you can.
Oh, maybe I'll get Kurt Cignetti to come with him.
Hey, you know it's not a bad option either. You got to pay him like 30. But pay him quarterback money to come to the NFL. But
man, the days of there being multiple Indiana first round picks, gotta love it. Charlie Becker. Love it. I mean, for those who don't know Charlie Becker, I think the name that a lot of people have coming to mind right now is like Alec Pierce, just out of nowhere. I'll be honest with you. Great team, defense, Mendoza, all of that. The reason they went from really good to national title was Charlie Becker being the third guy. I don't even want to call it the third guy because it was like 1A and B and C by the end of the year. I mean, size, speed, contested, ability to beat man coverage, everything you want in X. I know we haven't seen much of him, like all of 8 or 9 games really, but everything you want in X receiver, vertical especially, that's your guy. I'm in.
Yep. I'm with it. Denver Broncos. Now, this is where things get interesting. They traded for Jalen Waddle. You still have Cortland Sutton. You still got RJ Harvey. You still have Evan Ingram, which now I'm thinking about it. I might go tight end here.
Trade-as makes sense, and I think a running back would be a thought here for me. I know they signed Dobbins. Yeah. I think it's 2 years. They have Dobbins, they have RJ Harvey, they drafted Jonah Coleman. Maybe they won't do it then.
Probably not. Yeah, I forgot they took Coleman, but even so, I was like, well, they still have RJ. They're okay with RJ's production.
It's just a darn good football team, man.
It is. And you would have thought they would. What do they need? I'm thinking tight end almost, unless something else sticks out. Maybe edge.
Offensive line. Tight end does stick out like a sore thumb.
Sticks out like a sore thumb. But Jonathan Cooper just got arrested with 4 more charges earlier today, so maybe it's edge rusher.
D line, even D tackle. I mean, they're solid in there. Obviously, Zach Allen and some other guys.
Yeah.
But if you told me you were taking a Will Eccles here, I would be like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
They might be a team in their defense the way it's structured that I'm not the biggest fan of Quincy Rhodes. He's got a similar Keldrick Falk feel to me, who I'm just not a huge fan of those guys. But if there's a defense where he might fit, it might be Denver. They lost John Franklin Myers too, who played a lot of that tweener role. Like I think Quincy Rhodes is kind of a tweener. So if you went like Eccles or Rhodes here, I don't hate that in this defense.
No, I don't hate it either. I think. Well, no, they drafted Justin Jolly. I forgot about that.
It's kind of late though. Is he a 7th rounder?
It was late for him. I thought he would have gone sooner.
Agreed. I might have had him.
5th round.
Oh, it was a 5th round. Okay.
Round 5, pick 152. So kind of your starting to get to your mid day 3. 6'3", 250 though. That's almost just a receiver at that rate.
Yeah, that's kind of how he is. The problem is if you're taking Trey'Dez Green, it's for now until I see him get stronger and block better. For now, Trey'Dez Green is kind of Kyle Pitts,
right?
And to have Justin Jolie and Evan Ingram and Trey'Dez Green in one tight end room. That's crazy. At that point, you have 10 wide receivers on your roster.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. I mean, unless I take the shot, unless Terrence Carter proves me otherwise.
Oh, no, Terrence Carter's not going 1st round. I love him. He's an awesome football player, but he's not going 1st round.
No.
Unless, I think your D line call out, I think, was the right one. It's just a matter of which one you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably the right call.
Quincy. I'll go Eccles. I think DJ Jones is good. Zach Allen's good. Quincy needs to show me a little bit more out of Arkansas. I'm gonna go Will Eccles. Just make this easy.
I think that's perfectly reasonable. He can do a lot of different things on a defensive line for you. He's awesome, athletic run defender. I think he's got as much pass rush potential, I think, as anybody in the interior in this class. David Stone is right up there too when it comes to the potential for pass rush. I think Amari Washington's more of a pure run defender, but it's a valuable role. But Eccles has got a boatload of potential, and that he's really the key to that Ole Miss front 7. He is. He's just so good. Him and Xavier Harris last year was so good, but Eccles really kind of dictates the rest of what's going on for that Ole Miss defense. I think he'd fit in Denver. I think it's a good call.
Yep. Yeah, it was tricky, but I was like, I got to make this pick. We get like 8 minutes now. I gotta make this pick. Detroit at 23 now.
Detroit.
There's names left on the board.
Oh, there's a lot of names
on the board. Best to maker right now.
Let's be real. Now if they're picking 23rd, they made the playoffs and all that, they probably wouldn't do it. And we know Dan Campbell just loves Jared Goff, but
yeah.
At some point, if you want to get over the top, you start thinking about it. But looking at this, he's signed through 28. They're not going to do it yet.
No,
because they're not trading him.
They're not dumb. Goff's 31 though, so I'll get him to 33. But by then, we should have another good quarterback.
Let's see here. There's not another linebacker I think I'd go with here.
No.
This might be my Kelly Jones spot. I like the Blake Miller. I like the Blake Miller pick for them this year.
I do too. It felt rich, but I liked it.
And if their safeties are healthy, they don't have a safety need. So it's really not Tay Johnson.
But I like the corner though, because they drafted Keith Abney, which I liked, but Rakestraw got injured. McCreary you can't always trust. DJ Reed's still there. Terrion Arnold, but he kind of gets injured. And there's Nick Whiteside. It's Rocky Sin.
Yeah, I think corner's a good call because I think Rakestraw just hasn't played at all, and Terrion's on. He's in a make or break year. He's on. It's not borrowed time because he's got a chance. I might even consider moving him into the nickel. Let's get Kelly Jones. Yeah. This kid, he's 6'4". He's insanely large out there. He is built. He's got Tyreek Woolen's measurements, but he's built thicker.
Yes.
Tariq Woolen came out. He was skinny, but he was long and super athletic. Kelly Jones is a monster. It looks like sometimes out there in press coverage that he's eating receivers alive, man. It's crazy. I think he had his weird. I think the stat is I'm pretty sure he had as many forced incompletions last year as completions given up. It's ridiculous. He's for a bigger guy like that off coverage. It's always going to be a footwork and pad level thing with corners that are 6'2" and up. But he is a freak. I'm not going to lie.
He's insane.
That kid is a freak of nature. And the Lions, they've been throwing darts at corner for years, and they're still trying to. And the injuries, like you mentioned, play a big part in that. Let's do that. Kelly Jones to the Lions.
Yep, I like that. The Los Angeles Chargers. Shout out to Taylor because I like the Akeem Mesidor pick. I liked the Jake Slaughter pick, again, being a Florida boy, he's going to play guard for the Chargers because they signed Biotish out of free agency. So that kind of weirds things out for me. I might be thinking, what do I want to do here? I could get tackle and hear me out.
Yeah.
Alton Slater being injured almost simultaneously ruins their whole offensive line because Slaughter doesn't play any tackle. Biotish doesn't play tackle. Strange, I think, has played tackle sparingly for New England, and we saw how his career went. I could take Carter Smith and go get Herbert like a true tackle 3, or I go get safety to upgrade from Elijah Molden.
I think the O-line is still the way to go.
Yeah.
Receivers, maybe a dark horse. Here's the thing with there's multiple guys here, actually. You have so many options on the offensive line. Here's why. Like, Carter Smith, there's some people that think he'll be a guard in the NFL. That's fine. In this system and the system they run in Indiana, I think that's fine. Austin Searville, a lot of people think he's a guard in the NFL. Not a problem. I think left guard is a huge problem for this team. I mean, they're playing, you just mentioned it, they're playing Jake Slaughter, who I thought was the best center in the country, and they're putting him at guard, which is weird to me, but it shows you what they're looking for. Trevor Lauk, perfect system fit going from Iowa to the Chargers with McDaniel. And then if you just wanted a guy you've already seen play guard or is going to play center this year, it's Cade Pieper. Cade Pieper is actually the true best interior offensive lineman in the country right now.
Yeah.
He's smaller. Is he a center? Is he a guard? Does he go this high? That's the question. Or would a team rather take the measurables of a Carter Smith or an Austin Searveld, who many think are guards anyway? And you mentioned it, the flexibility of those guys, those two guys, to kick out to tackle if needed, like Searveld's gone back
so
and
much
forth
better
in his career. Yeah, it gives you the flexibility, but you're not drafting those guys. To me, you're drafting any of those guys to start at guard for you next year, for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, any of those guys I think are upgrades over Cole Strange, and I think they're playing Slaughter there because they don't trust Trevor Penning to play quality guard, and Slaughter's ability to not give up pressures like that helps Biotish's injury concerns. So I get it. I didn't like it, but I got it. I think I'm gonna go Carter Smith out of Indiana. Let's just keep feeding the NFL Indiana prospects, but give one to the Har brother that's out on the West Coast, but he can play. I want to say Carter Smith is left tackle.
Yes, he's Indiana's left tackle. Yeah.
So either way, Alt went down this year. We saw what happened. We saw Slaughter go down. We saw what happened. I think he has the ability, if they have to play him left or right, it's not going to be this dramatic difference going from center to guard to tackle or guard to tackle. You're going tackle to tackle or tackle to the inside.
Yeah, I think, and Smith too, you know what's going to make them feel good about that, and if he's a late first-round pick here, is that to me, the best part of his game is that it's just so fundamentally sound. He is not as freaky as a Gooseby or a Seaton or some of the high ceiling guys, but it's almost in the same reason that Detroit drafted Blake Miller, where you just you watch Carter Smith and you go, okay, I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. And honestly, sometimes to fix an offensive line, you might have 2 stars up front, but then I need the other 3 guys to be like, hey, I know what I'm getting here. It's stable.
Yeah.
Carter Smith is going to define stability for me, and that's why he's so good at Indiana, because that's how that entire football team is built. So I'm in on that. I think if he starts at guard for the Chargers and he's just solid for you for 8 to 10 years, that's a win. That's a win, especially
there's nothing wrong with that.
Field down there. Yeah, especially. And in Mike McDaniel's offense, I think it's going to get to be a thing where they start finding players that fit this offense. Speed on the outside, athleticism inside, zone blocking. Carter Smith will give you all that.
But they have the size all around. Like Slaughter's 6'3", 6'4", all in Slate, and Rashawn are 6'5" and above. I think Carter Smith's pushing. Is he pushing 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah. The only reason the scouts are going to move him inside is because of arm length. Yeah, that's really going to be it. But he's as fundamentally sound as you need him to be, really, to play anywhere. Yeah. I'd have no issue with that at all.
Yeah, and it's the funny thing. The arm length was going to kill Ruben Bain. And it's here's Tampa Bay, buddy.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, and they were throwing confetti getting him, and I don't blame them one bit.
Oh, for sure. There's your Super Bowl parade right there. You got Ruben Bain.
Yeah. Here you go. Here's the best pick in the draft. Oh, great. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Right.
Why not?
Can't go wrong.
Philly.
Philadelphia.
They so rarely have huge gaping hole needs. I'm just not gonna draft a tackle for this team until I know Lane Johnson's retiring. I'm just not gonna do it.
You're right.
The name that jumps out to me that I think I'm going to go with now, we've talked about him like 10 times already, is Tay Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I look at this safety room and I see Andrew Makuba, I like a lot, coming off, I think it was a fractured ankle or whatever it was, right? But then you've got Marcus Epps. They're moving Michael Carter to safety. He's never played there before. 7th round pick in Cole Wisniewski. I mean, they're thin at safety. They're real thin at safety. I'm going to go Tay Johnson. I think at some point, if we were to get this, Tay Johnson and Andrew Makuba, now that's something you're talking about there.
That's
Reed Blankenship struggled last year. Now he's down in Houston. They never really did anything to replace him. They're just going to have Marcus Epps, you're the free safety. Like, I don't love that. So I'm going to go Tay Johnson here. I think Fangio would like him a lot in a lot of different roles.
Yep, I'm liking that. New England Patriots. Now, we talked about this earlier. They kept this round because they traded next year's first round for A.J. Brown. I think they traded this year's 5th, which is fine. If they didn't have Travion Henderson, I would have gone in Ahmad Hardy, but I'm not really drafting them to be running back 2s. They are running back 1s until I see otherwise. I might be leaning Quincy Rhodes because Christian Barmore, I like him. There are those slight injury concerns. Milton Williams, you've got him on long term, but do you really like that? Gabe Yakis is their edge rusher, weak side linebacker, as they put it, from this year. Haven't signed him, hasn't been to camp, and I think he's getting surgery, if I'm not mistaken. So there's already now those concerns there. Quincy, like we said earlier, gives you some flexibility if you want to put him inside or outside. He could play for Corey Durden, who's our nose tackle now. He could help out with the Milton Williams or the Christian Barmore, figuring it out. And that defense was already good. You're just kind of adding to better things because unless I want to go to the inside and, upgrade from Mike Iwenu or, God forbid, give him another wide receiver from AJ, Romeo, Kyle, and Kayshawn, it's tricky for New England.
It's tricky, but I also don't think there's a lot of wrong picks.
Yeah.
Every guy you just like Rhodes can give you the inside-out flexibility. I think Trey'Dez Green is somebody you can think about, right? They drafted Eli Raridon. We'll see where that goes. You have Hunter Henry's getting older. Like Trey'Dez Green is someone I'd think about. Anywhere along the defense, I think anywhere along the defensive line is fine. I think somebody like a safety, like a Coy Parrish, I need to see Coy Parrish kind of put it together mentally out there at Oregon. Like the athleticism's freaky. Right? He is an unreal athlete. But I felt watching him again, I felt a little like he could be a first-round pick by the end of it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I do it right this minute, but I don't think you have a lot of wrong picks you could necessarily make here. I think it's a good call on the defensive line. I'm looking at corners. I'd probably go with the D lineman over the available corners right now. So I'd probably lean D line with you, but a Trey'Dez Green might be a thought too.
Yeah, I thought about that. And I kind of forgot he was on the board, and I'm just thinking, it's tough. Do I go that tight? Do I give him the space, or do I just let Mike Vrabel build out his defense more? I'll probably just lean Quincy Rhodes, just get him off this board by now, because unless San Fran or Casey was going to take him, I think New England could work.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I think, again, the tweener bit of that, and if you can teach him to more consistently rush the passer, I get it. This is the range. I said this with Keldrick Falk, too. I go, this is the range where I would start to think. You're going to see people talk about Quincy Rhodes, tools, 6'5", 280-something, all this. Oh, wow, he could be a top 10 guy. I'm not there. But this is a range where I can tolerate it. I don't have an issue with that.
San
Francisco. 49ers.
It's a weird roster. It's a weird roster.
It is a very weird roster. Trent Williams, we said, now has 2 more years, right? It's 2 more years of Trent Williams.
Which is A-okay.
Stribling, Pearsall, Mike Evans, D-line.
See, I wasn't mad at the Stribling pick. It's just you picked him with the first pick of the second round?
Yeah, no. To me, he was like a round 4-ish type guy.
Yeah,
I was not in on that 33rd overall.
No, swap Jermod McCoy with DeJon Stribling, and that's set. We're good in stone now.
49ers. Wow, this is hard.
It's a weird roster.
It's a very weird roster. because they've drafted some things they need. But I mean, I want to say defensive line because their D line was so bad last year. But if Bosa's healthy and everything goes according to plan, like I like the Odigizua trade.
And then they drafted Grayson Halton.
This is another moment where I go, do we go offensive line? Like an Austin Searveld would make sense here.
I mean, we could. I mean, if we want to get extra weird, I was thinking if we want to get like, I know they love Kalen Black, but if we want to get a true like McCaffrey upgrade, do you go get Hardy or Baugh? Just be like, look, we don't know if Chris is going to be fully healthy.
My theory on McCaffrey is that at some point he should just move to receiver.
Yes.
No, like really, yes. Like you can last later into his 30s. He's one of the best route runners in football in any position. Like I think at some point, because he ran the ball a lot last year. He had to put up a ton of yards and all that, but it wasn't very efficient. And I know part of that's the offensive line. Trent Williams wasn't fully healthy, all that stuff. But like, I could vibe with it. If they're having problems finding a receiver, I go, you have one in the backfield, and you put him in the slot, tell me he's probably not a top 5 slot receiver in the NFL.
I was about to say,
like, if like a wild mad scientist theory would be draft Hardy or Lacy and move McCaffrey to receiver, and make him like the number 2 back if you want to do that, right, like, or just Joker, Darren Sproles, whatever you want to do. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because they love taking them between rounds 3 and 5.
Wait, I mean, it's. I mean, if Kalen Black works out, it works out. But I agree.
I'm just gonna make the safe pick and just go Austin Searveld. And if it's kind of our same thing as the Chargers theory, he's a guard. Let's make him a guard until you need him at tackle.
Right.
I think we're gonna do that. I'm gonna say, you know what, O-line, safe pick. I'm not gonna get weird. Pick. It's the first time I'm on your show. I'm not gonna piss off Niners fans right off rip. You're trying to replace McCaffrey. No, I'm just trying to slide him over a little. Like, I'm not gonna be. No, you pick an offensive lineman. Nobody's gonna, especially this early in the process. Nobody's gonna complain about it. We're gonna go O-line and make the safe pick here.
No, I also like pissing people off. It's something I'm very good at. I took someone last. What did I say? Oh, when I had my man Dante from Gridiron, we had David Bailey falling to Tampa Bay at 15, and people were like, "How dare you take Bailey at 15? How do you let him fall this far?" And it's looking back, it's the wrong edge rusher.
Well, Max and I in our final mock like 2 days before the draft, we had Bain going to the Bucks. We had him as the dropper. We had the Bucks trading up 2 spots to just make sure they could get him. But we had Bain to the Bucks 2 days. I was like, you know what? Of all the guys, they're gonna which of these guys that we keep locking into the top 10 is gonna fall? And I was like, you know what? It might be Ruben Bain. Let's get him to Tampa.
Bain. Yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect fit.
It was so good. It was half the comments. Bain at 15. Hey guys, just the wrong or Bailey at 15. Hey, just the wrong edge rusher, guys. We were still onto something here.
Oh yeah,
we were moving. Kansas City, because I've already been here longer than I thought. KC, Rashee Rice, Jalen Royal, Cyrus Allen, Tyquan Thornton, Nick Ramigo. I'm thinking wide receiver unless I take Trey'Dez Green here and just push that Travis Kelce retirement, because Rice or Worthy has to be incarcerated at this rate. How do they keep getting away with these non-police matters is beyond me. I mean, you took Tay Johnson.
Honestly, receiver, tackle, tight end, secondary, you could do any of them.
Yeah, just all the offense but the quarterback.
This is not. I know it's the Chiefs and they have the aura, and apparently they're picking 28th here, and they're going to get Mahomes back. But the rosters overall, I want to call it average. It's like it's a solid roster, like with an average quarterback. With an average quarterback, I think they'd win like 9 or maybe 10 games, but because they have Mahomes, it is what it is. But they have a lot to work on here. Like could a Nick Marsh be a guy? Trey'Dez Green's a good call.
Yeah.
I don't know if
they might only win receiver. They might only win 10 games with this current Mahomes coming off injury.
True.
You know what? I'm going to let
that is the hot name there.
Man. I really want to do Nick Marsh, but I think I'm going to let Royals and Allen fight their way onto this roster and we know what Noah Gray and unfortunately what Jared Wiley is to this rate, I'm gonna go get Travis Green and just give Mahomes
All
like
right.
a young tight end.
I get it. I have no issue with that at all. I think it makes. I mean, eventually,
you got to do it.
Eventually, Travis Kelce's going to retire and just go on every world tour with Taylor Swift at some point here. Like
eventually,
at some point, eventually.
Yeah.
All right. What am I at? Baltimore.
They have them at 29.
I need O-line in the worst way here. It's
really do.
It's something. The amount that I need a center on this team.
Yeah.
Who's their off? Declan Doyle. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do it because I think isn't that the thing? I don't know if his dad is still there. His dad was like the strength coach at Iowa for like 50 years or something.
It might be the case. Yeah.
Listen. His old team, the Bears, just drafted a center from Iowa. I'm just gonna do it. This team does not currently have a center.
No,
I'm just gonna take Cade Pieper and just call it and just go. He's the same exact fit that Logan Jones is in Ben Johnson's offense. Give me Cade Pieper in Doyle's side. This team, they don't have a center right now. And I don't know why it's not being talked about more. Like, oh, the Ravens could bounce back in this. They don't have a center.
They don't have a center.
I know a lack of a center might not kill your whole season, but like I would like to have a center, and they just don't have one. So
they do not.
And obviously, they will either. Well, they'll either find one this season or they won't. But I'll take Cade Pieper. I'll go the same route. We're going Iowa Hawkeye center. Ben Johnson did it. Now we're going to do it in Baltimore with Declan Doyle.
Yep, I'm with you on that one. Just give him offensive line help. Seattle, as of right now, as of recording, reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. As of recording, they announced what the rings look like. I like the blue, that blue contrast on the ring. I like the blue and silver. That's why they use it on the uniforms, duh. What am I thinking? I'm almost leaning wide receiver. Just give the rich more. Cooper Kupp is aging. Rashid Shaheed is speed. I love me some Torrey Horton. I wanted him over Jalen Lane when we took him for the Commanders, and he's turned out pretty good. Jake Bobo's good, not great. I haven't seen much of Cody White and Ricky White. Emmanuel Henderson, I don't even recognize that name. I might take Marsh here or Carver here and just improve upon the Sam Darnold's grouping. Unless I took like Hardy or Ball, but they have Charbonnet and Price. And they seem to love them some Jack Charbonnet.
Yeah, and they just drafted Price first round, so you're not going that route. Corner also makes some sense.
Yeah.
O-line interior, like if I hadn't taken Pieper with the previous pick, I would vouch hard for Pieper here.
Yeah.
I
mean, maybe not secondary. They're moving Wari to every defensive position.
Yeah, he's just all over the place. So it's like he fills whatever gap needs to be filled.
Right.
I'm trying to think because Marsh is so weird because he's big, but I kind of like him in the slot. And then you have like Coleman Williams and Craver, who I have no like. Because to me, if there's a guy that's going to lose reps to a first-round receiver, they just paid Shaheed, it's going to be a Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
I also don't know what their offense is going to look like with a new offensive coordinator. Yeah, receiver, corner, probably not. There's probably not another interior O-lineman I would go with unless there's. No, I probably wouldn't. Yeah, it's a tough call. I think you're taking something on the perimeter there. If they hadn't drafted Price, I'd tell you just take him out Hardy and run with him.
Exactly.
But they're not going to do it twice. They're not going to do it twice in a row.
I could go Xavier Brown here, pair him up with Witherspoon, pair him up with Josh Jobe, Julian Neal.
Good, yeah.
They drafted Andre Fuller, and I liked that pick for them because I was a late round Fuller fan. It's tough.
Receiver's not a bad call though. There's some talented kids here.
It's about to say with who's left, it's not the worst call. And frankly, I think Seattle, if they pick within these last 5 spots, they could get a guy and let him sit for a couple of games. Like Ryan Coleman could sit behind JSN and Cooper Kupp and go,
right,
I figured out my hand situation. And
if he stops dropping the ball and just plays with confidence, he can be really good.
Right. And then you're going forward would be JSN and Ryan Coleman Williams as your 2 receivers going forward.
Yeah.
I might just do that. Just pull that trigger. Be like, look, Coleman Williams is going to fall eventually. It's essentially the first, second round pick at this rate. I might just let the fall. I might just do it at this rate. Be like, look, Get someone, allow him to sit for a couple games. You've got enough depth. You're gonna need someone. I might just go RCW here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. I mean, that Seattle team, they're so good that like anything you're getting here in the first round, it's like marginal. Okay, how are we kind of slightly making this team better? But I could see, and he's very movable. It's a lot like JSN, where you just have guys you can move anywhere around the formation. I just need him to play. It's funny with him because I just need him to play with confidence. It's like he just lost the confidence last year. We get it back. Yeah, we'll be looking pretty good. Buffalo. Is it receiver? Is it safety? Is it Coy Parrish? I don't hate the Coy Parrish. I don't hate the Coy Parrish idea at all. He's the next guy.
He plays in the rain, so he would just swap the rain for the snow. Actually, no, they have a dome now. No, they don't. Never mind. Scratch that.
No, they have like the soccer setup where it's the fans are inside. There's not a linebacker. I don't think I would do here.
I'm looking at their roster because like defensive line, it's TJ Sanders, Mathis, Carter, Walker, Ed Oliver, Zane Durant, Michael Hodge, and Greg Rousseau.
TJ, but drafted I like TJ Parker a lot too.
And TJ Parker, I forgot all about him. He's not even listed on their depth chart. So they drafted TJ Parker. That takes care of your TJ Sanders problem. I mean, there are. Well, no, they have TJ Parker as a linebacker.
Part of me wants to go Coy Parrish, and then part of me wants to go just keep stacking at receiver.
Like as maybe
Nick Marsh. Yeah. Maybe Nick Marsh does make sense here. Because Keon Coleman's, I don't know what kind of role he's going to play.
Yeah.
Josh Palmer. They have Skylar Bell, Shakir Moore. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Nick Marsh. I just don't think Craven size is going first round.
No.
And Nick
or if
Marsh
it is, it's somewhere right around here.
Nick Marsh continues to add a lot of the after the catch ability that that Joe Brady likes. Yeah, I'll take Nick Marsh. We're going to try to get some size and some physicality. They've been trying. It's not for a lack of effort. It's not for a lack of effort at all.
No. And I think the receiver room of DJ Moore, Sky Bell, Nick Marsh, it sounds better coming out like saying it.
You want different types of guys in the room, but they can all win after the catch. That's a big thing in Marsh, definitely. And he's probably, in all likelihood, he's in for a huge year in Indiana because that's just how it works.
It is. So the last pick of the draft, pick 32, the Cleveland Browns. I think, what did I take for Cleveland? Did I take Dante? Julian Sayin, thank you. I forgot all about Julian Sayin. I don't know why I forgot they were picking fourth. So, Julian Sayin. There are names left. They don't. I got options. They have quit. And I'd be. Oh man, it's double up again. Oh, that'd be fucking great.
All right.
Maybe Holmes pair him up with Graham.
I don't hate it if they get Malik Collins healthy, but he is a little older. There's a lot of different ways you could go about this. Offensive line is still. It's an older offensive line.
It is
some parts, but like they're paying those guys
so much money.
Did you put Craver back with Concepcion? That'd be fun. There's a part of me that goes, getting Jared Verse back plus everything they did is great. Yeah. There is a small part of me that goes, okay, now since you don't have Myles Garrett, you really need to find edge help. And I like Alex Wright and Isaiah McGuire. They're like fun early down players, like good run stoppers. But
you need someone.
This is a moment where I think my sneaky first round guy is a Clev Lubin from Louisville.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
That's a thought to me. I know Henry Daly's higher on this board, but torn Achilles, and I think there's more holes. He's a very finesse player. I like him a lot. I do. I think people are underrating him, but he's a very finesse player. And then you could go secondary. If one of those tight ends were on the board, I think it makes sense, but they're not.
Yeah.
Like corner, they need to start prepping for the future at corner. If you wanted Zabian or
Jamari, Chris Peel.
Yeah. Those guys feel like day two guys to me.
They do.
This is the part where it's like who emerges as a first round corner? Is it
Right.
Jair Hill's a good candidate, but I don't know if he's there yet. Corner is weird because it's like we were doing our like even our top 10 corner rankings for just college, and it was like Leonard Moore, and then a whole lot of guys that are all on the same level. They're good players, but I was like, man, there's like 27 day 2 corners in college football right now.
Yeah. I was thinking edge because they drafted Casey and Denzel Boston. They drafted Joe Royer, so there's another tight end. They've already got Quinn Schott and Dylan Sampson, so there's your running backs. Offensive line is good-ish, but no one jumps right now.
I'd be very tempted. I think I'd be very tempted on Clev Lubin.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
You get Lubin and Verse. I'll tell you what, you got some darn muscle off the edge there.
That's a fact. I'm gonna pull that trick. I was thinking it regardless, and in the back of my mind, I was like, "That's the pick." Yeah, I'm gonna go Cleb Lubin out of Louisville. Go give that pick. So let me.
What a draft! We didn't get any of the running backs, and we only got four quarterbacks in there.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me try and download it. Yeah, first round. Save that.
Download What's funny is
I need this later.
Looking back on this. I think the one pick where maybe my eyes went so towards this guy for this team at Minnesota with Gooseby that I was like, wait, I probably could have taken a quarterback.
You might have been able to, because
I could have taken Mensa or Mestamaker.
Yeah,
but maybe Kyler's good.
I think of that,
and they'll be fine.
I hope. I think if Kyler's average, that's better than what JJ put up.
Because everyone's going to mock QB to the Vikings next year, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'll get
one in round 2.
Yeah, you could. There's plenty of names left.
Yeah,
plenty of names left.
I'll get Sam Levitt later on. We'll be fine.
Hey, Trinidad Chambliss, you are a Minnesota Viking.
Vikings fans might get on me because my eyes just went so to Gooseby because I was just like, oh yeah, that works, and then I was like, oh wait, no. I'm looking back at that's probably the one pick. Maybe I'd be like, oh, they might need a quarterback. That's fine.
Yeah,
we got a whole year to fix these things.
I was about to say we have like 11 months until we have to like figure out our actual boards, but it's like within the top 10: quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback, corner, edge, receiver, quarterback, D tackle. 5 of those are quarterbacks.
I mean, a lot of this, especially in the first half of this first round, is the premium positions. Yeah. This you want a preview of how this draft is going to go. It's going to be all the fun stuff. Oh yeah,
it is. Now I might have looking back, maybe I go with like one running back, but I don't even think where I would put Ahmad Hardy compared to where I drafted a lot of these guys like Tampa Bay and like Ahmad Hardy and Bucky Irvin would have been fun.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You said the Bengals were a good call out. I didn't hate that.
Bengals. Honestly, Minnesota wouldn't have been a bad spot because they don't really have one.
If we went running back over quarterback for Minnesota, we might never get a Vikings fan to watch the show again. I mean, like I said, the Niners too for me would be like a thought. The sneaky thought, maybe he'll just play forever. Maybe Baltimore. He's got to get old eventually, right? I know he's the king, but like, is Derrick Henry going to play till he's 40?
I mean, if they keep giving the ball twice a quarter, then maybe.
Yeah, true. And then he gets 40 carries in week 16, like it's nothing.
Right?
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal behavior. Sure.
I mean, he was getting 40 carries a game in high school per game. So I mean, it's not nothing new. Yeah,
he was out. What is it? Because that was in some middle of nowhere town in Florida. He was a starting varsity running back in 8th grade, and he ran for like 2,000 yards or whatever. That's so
his high school tape is absurd.
It doesn't make any sense.
It does not.
It does. You look at me like that's a grown man. You go, how old's that kid? Oh, he's 13. Oh, okay, sure, that's normal. Sure.
What are they feeding him? I need some of that blood for them.
Honestly.
I need future generation of running backs to look like Derrick Henry.
Honestly, I was sitting around eating cheeseburgers. What's this guy getting out there in the middle of nowhere, man?
I was about to say, like, what is he just eating like whole grains and nothing else? Like whole grains and whole cows.
I don't know. I have no idea. They probably just got protein. Like they figured out protein, like how to make it by the molecule, and he just eats that. That's probably
just liquid IV all day, and just nothing but.
Don't even mix it. Don't even mix it with any. No,
Uh-uh.
nothing. No milk. No smoothies. Nothing. Just eat it.
Just
unbelievable.
Nothing but that. I don't know. Maybe they'll put it in milk because it gives him a little calcium.
Just a little. That's apparently all he needs. But maybe he'll play till he's 40. But yeah, no running backs. Only 4 QBs. Like that's some sort of shame. They only went the top 9. Oh no.
Yeah.
The quarterback discourse, especially during the college season, is going to be.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be a wild ride, isn't it?
It's going to be fun. I mean, I think the receivers. That's the draft. I think the receivers conversation is going to be fun because it's going to be Jeremiah Smith 1, and then everyone's going to go. So who's this 2? We're going to talk about for 2 more months.
Oh, I mean, Cam Coleman is a very good call.
Yeah, it probably is going to be him.
Let's just see him with a quarterback. He's the next most talented one. I mean,
for sure.
And then the rest.
But,
I mean, Coleman Williams is super talented. The 2 Indiana kids are super talented. Clemson's got 2 of them. KJ Duff at Rutgers. Ryan Wing. There's so many guys that just need to have a good year, and they will absolutely be in this conversation.
Trey Wilson? I think is he still for? Did he leave my Gators?
He's at LSU.
He's at LSU. Yep. You've still got Dallas Wilson at my Gators. I know he's not eligible, but you still got him. Oh, Eric Singleton transferred.
Those kids that you have down in Florida, just find a quarterback. You'll be.
Hey,
if you just find a quarterback, you score some points, man. You got some freaks down there with the Gators. I know we're not doing a Gator show. You're telling me. You got some freaks.
You're telling me.
Just need some darn coaching.
Facts. I mean, we might have it now. Might actually have it now. I mean, one name that is going to go under the radar until we actually start talking about him, Nick Harbor.
Yeah, he's just.
That's gonna be tough.
It's such a theory. It's such a theory, man. I get it because everyone's trying to always find the next DK Metcalf. He's another guy that I go, sure. If the route running clicks eventually, sure.
If it works,
even if he was an average route runner, yeah, sure, he'll go top 30. But I'm not.
As of right now, it's like a tall Tyreek Hill. It's like just go do a go route.
This skinny, you get one skinny post a game, and he's probably going to get it, sure. But it's like I need more than that, or you're Corey Coleman. Like I just can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's tough.
Right. I just running in straight lines. That can't be all.
Josh Doxson. Anybody?
Doxson. I had Denzel Mims. I know that pain. It was just a whole string of Baylor receivers. Yeah. All Tyquan Thornton. It's pretty much all he does now. Even. So. Gotta be able to change. Gotta be able to change direction.
Gotta be able to just to plant your foot. Like I'm not athletic at all, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Be able to plant your foot and just go to the right a little bit, like just a little bit.
No, yeah, I plant my foot, it just gets stuck.
Yeah,
done for. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just ankle shattered. I'm gone for the rest of the year.
I'm in my 30s now. Listen, if I try to cut like that, I'll blow an Achilles out. No question.
Just see the bone shoot right out. Be like, well,
yeah.
There goes my knee. Don't need that anymore.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, I guess I'll have to amputate it. There it goes.
Yep. There we go. All right. Save myself. I don't got to buy many shoes now. I don't got to buy many socks anymore. Like, you buy 1 pair of socks, 10 pair of socks, and you're good for your life.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, that's true. Yeah, because he lasts you twice as many days. All right, I might think about it. Anyway. What do I need a right foot for? It's fine.
Yeah. Actually, I'd probably take my left, but that's a conversation for another time.
You need to push off. Yeah. Take the front foot. I need to be, as long as I can push off, I'm good. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We'll get there eventually. Yep. But no, this was a lot of fun. This was fantastic. I had a lot of fun.
Oh no, absolutely. It's always good to do these, right? I mean, obviously it's such a speculative exercise to do them a year ahead of time, but it's like just even now resetting for the college season, I'm getting a feel for like, okay, who's everybody got? Who's back? Mm-hmm. Who's in new place? Who are the 4,000 kids that transferred? Who's getting injunctions? Who's doing all this? I'm just finding everybody who's just in their spot and then spend the next 2 months of it. But I mean, it's a talented group though, man. It's for this group good. Especially. It's going to be so much fun to do. We'll probably get on it something like once a month during the season on our show on Preferred Walk On, like and subscribe. And when we'll be certainly covering all just about all 32 of these guys. We're going to be covering them at some point, and most of them a lot this season. So check into Preferred Walk-On as well for all team previews, game previews, everything we have during the season. We're going to start hopefully adding even more episodes than 2 per week soon. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, I can't wait. This was a lot of fun. Like, I know it's only June, but I was like, you know what? With the NFL offseason the way it is right now, I need to start getting something going. And you know what? A way too early mock draft. Everyone loves to be like, it's June. OTAs. No.
Never too early.
It is never too early. It is time to, like I said, restart the college football season. There's 4,000 kids went somewhere. There's another 5,000 left in the portal with nowhere to go. It's going to be an interesting time in college football. No one knows where Sorsby is going to go. If we're going to get a 32-team college football playoff bracket, it's a weird time.
Oh yeah, nope. It's a circus. But you know what? I think we're learning. It's always been a circus, and what better to cover than the circus? I'll take it.
I mean, hey, if
Try
it
to make
pays
sense
well,
of all of it.
Hey, there is no making sense of it. It is you just figure it out from there.
Yep, revel in the chaos.
You just figure it out. Gotta love the chaos. Gotta love it. But Dalton, thank you for coming on, spending damn near 2 hours with me. I didn't think it would be for 2 hours, but it's been great discourse, great conversation, nothing but a good time. So I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate it big time. Like I said out there, everybody, you want college football coverage? Like and subscribe. Preferred Walk-On YouTube.
Yep. Hey, y'all heard the man. Like, subscribe to Preferred Walk-On. Like, subscribe here to BIB. Road to 1,200. Hey, I'm trying to get to 12 to 1,500. Y'all got 35,000, so I'm trying to get, increment 10% of what that is. So on that journey, guys, like, share, and subscribe. I will let y'all know when this comes out. Until then, guys, race hail. Let's enjoy this off season. Let's put on some sunscreen because it's 95 outside right now. So put on your sunscreen, get your water. Let's enjoy the summer. But until then, guys, race hail. Don't forget to stay ballin'. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.